Song's going through my head this morning. Dirty deeds done the cheap. Dirty deeds and the done the cheap. You having trouble with the high school head, giving you the rouge. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So much to talk about. So many achievements popping up. So many questions and comments to answer. Robin was just out giving Bubba a bath, and she let him in, and he was still a little wet. He was zooming all over the house, messing everything up. He's full of energy. I wish I had just a tiny bit of that energy. I was like, please get him out of the house, outside on the porch. Good morning, Lions. I see Maggie. D. Maggie, I just wanted to say I sure appreciate you. I really, really do. I do. So thank you for all you do. Thank all you Lions for all you do. Yeah, Bubba had the zoomies. I was like, Robin, I want to do a live, and I got Bubba zooming up and down. I had a comment on Facebook. You know, I was against Trump, and it's not because he talks a good line of bullshit. If I did not know what I know, I would vote for Trump. They're that good. They're that good at the bullshit, people. They really are. But I know. Here I am, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. I'm swearing on 2 stacks of Bibles this tall. I'm the real deal. I was kidnapped. I was replaced. I know how they work. I know how they do the child trafficking. There's pictures of me in a cage, for God's sake, beat up, thrown in a cage. The son of our assassinated president. That's what I went through. You hear bullshit, people. Straight up bullshit. Oh, they're helping the kids. They're helping child trafficking. Well, to me, when they release my story, when they come out and say, yes, John Kennedy Jr. is alive. His name is David Keith Quigley. He's been trying to get his story out for years, and we've been blocking his fucking story for years. Now I'm spitting on myself. Then I'll say, yeah, they're really trying to help. But until that day, these billionaires, yeah, anyway, they're all a bunch of trash. You ask me. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Nothing's going to change me. Nothing's going to make me, I hear comments, well, you should lay off on Trump because so many people love him. You're just hindering your story. You're going to lose Lions. I don't fucking care. I'm all about the truth and sharing the truth. Hey, this is what our government's doing. They're a fucking crime ring, the biggest crime ring. And yes, I've seen them unalive people for doing what I'm doing. Yeah, I have. I have seen them, the people in our secret government, unalive people. Straight up. So here I am, sitting in the chair, doing what I have seen people get unalive for, trying to get the truth out for justice. So when that day comes, when I hear Donald Trump say, David Quigley, that's the name our government gave him, then maybe I'll shake the man's hand. But until that day ever comes, there's still a fucking murder-ass, thieving, crime ring cabal, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Anyway, the quiet journey, people. I've been trying to get this out for years, my story. These people at the top that we were just talking about don't want this out to anybody. They don't want my book out to no one. They don't want you to know, hey, this guy wrote a book. He's doing everything he can to put one of these in somebody's hand to read it. Stolen identity. They don't want you to know what's in this book. They don't. They don't want you to know I was kidnapped. I was replaced. I was tortured. My family members were tortured. There was a takeover of the United States government. They don't want you to know all that. Thank you so much. So I'm new to all this, people. I really, really am. TheQuietJourney.tv. Some people spend a lot of money and their time to do a little movie. Yeah, they did. They gave me 20,000 of these to get my story out. I was living in absolute freaking poverty. Me and my son. We were in poverty, and they didn't want. They still don't, but with the kindness of you lions, it's happening. I got 20,000 of these to give away. Please write me. But anyway, you lions are awesome. You really are. I can't thank you enough. Jody pulled some strings, and she's wonderful at sharing to get my story out. I am now listed on IMDB. That's the Internet Movie Database. You all can go there. So we're trying to share that because that's huge. Even Jody said, this is huge. I didn't know anything about it. I still don't know much about it, but I am now listed for my movie, The Quiet Journey, on the Internet Movie Database, IMDB, TheQuietJourney.tv. You can go there because I went there and it said I could leave a review. Now that I'm saying this, that you can leave a review, we're going to get the haters pop in there. Yeah, these Donald Trump supporters, these haters that don't want truth out because they're making too much fucking money off of the lies. And here's the deal, people. Before I go somewhere else, because I don't have scripts, I write down shit that I can't remember. Because if I can't remember it, they don't want you to know it. But anyway, we're at war on Facebook, TikTok. They're pushing the fake George. They're paying money to have George magazine. Yeah, they're paying money to get the fake narrative out there. They are. So we're pushing the truth with what the resources we got. And then you got the people that stole my identity, stole billions of dollars. Now they're pushing the narrative out even further. So we're on target, people. We're getting it out. When they have to start paying to fake advertise the truth, it's huge. Hello, everyone. Hello, lions. Yeah, if you can help me with IMDb and start Googling it, I've learned the more you Google things, the more it pops up. And if you could leave a review, just like if you purchased the book Stolen Identity, there's haters out there. There's people that will purposely buy this just to go on Amazon and leave a fucking shitty review. And you can tell by their review that they don't have a clue, that they're not awake. But Jody's always been a wonderful lion. She did that. She did whatever strings she had to pull and got the QuietJourney.tv, the little short documentary movie, on the IMDb. So please Go there, watch the movie, share the movie, and let's make the movie number one. Please, please help me do what you can do. You know, like I said, we're at war. They don't want this story out. And we're doing whatever we can to get this story out. Thank you, Cindy, for that review. I really appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate you. Appreciate all you lions. I love that the story's getting out in the UK. I really, really do. It's huge. It's huge. Now, with that said, I get asked for DNA all the time. Nobody's going to fucking believe you till you have DNA proof. Well, people are believing me, even without the DNA proof. There's so much other evidence out there. You know, I need to get it in writing, but 2 ear experts on identification said I'm 90%, 98% that child. And George Onassis, the man that stole my identity, was 0 because his earlobes were connected to his jawline. The inside of his ear was totally different. That's why they had us grow our hair over our ears. Who did that? The people in our government, the people controlling my mother, the people that assassinated my father and my other members. That's the government that did that, people. Key of David, well, thank you so very much. I love your guys' comments, but then I can't talk. I'm sitting here reading. Coffee, yeah, I got coffee. Good morning with the coffee. And I even got warm ass iced tea. I drink too much coffee with my heart condition. It makes me feel like I'm going to die. It really does. So, but I can't stop. It's just like smoking. I can't stop. I got my vices, and coffee and cigarettes are one of them. Yeah. And using the F word is one of them too. Can't stop. Every now and again, I just got to say, fuck. You believe that shit? Decaf mushroom coffee. That would make my brain work better, I think. Well, I see Jody. Jody's a real wonderful lion. IMDB, she helped me out getting that on there. And it is huge. I was just saying earlier, please, please go there, check it out, share it, leave a review. Let's get 5 stars going on. I hear Robin out yelling at Bubba. He must be bad or trying to escape or something. I got our other door fixed. Bubba, me and Robin went out for dinner, and Bubba ate my front door. He did. He ripped it all the way through the wood to the styrofoam. So I fixed the front door, and then we went out the next week and came back home, and he ate my back door. So the other day I went to Lowe's. I got a piece of plywood, and I fixed the second back door. But I'm afraid to go out because he loves eating stuff. I need a pet babysitter. Anybody in Bullhead City want to babysit Bubba while I go out sometime? Because I feel like I'm trapped unless I take him and it's getting warm. So I got to leave the car on with the air conditioner. No, Bubba's a big baby. He really is. But me and Robin give him so much love, I can't blame him. I'm always hugging on him. He's always licking on my face. And if Robin said while she's here, if I go out and check the mail or do something, he's right at that door, just right at the door waiting for me to come home. So I think when we go out, he sits there at the door, and then he's like, I'm tired of sitting here now. I'm going to eat the door. Lanny is so cool. Lanny makes all kinds of videos. And yesterday I was actually taking some of her pictures, copying her pictures on videos that she made to reshare. It saves me a lot of time that way, which is way, way cool. But Lanny's awesome. Mojo does the lives on TikTok, and Clapper, and they tried taking us down. And then you got Brenda. She's been taken down zillions of times, and she keeps coming back. Bless her heart. And Mojo and Brenda did video sporting the Quiet Journey T-shirt, which was awesome. Seeing Mojo and Brenda on there sporting the T-shirt. The Quiet Journey T-shirt, how the real John Kennedy Jr. was erased, replaced, and forgotten until now. That's the big thing, though, people. The until now. That's up to us Lions to make a difference, to help change the world, to make the world a better place. So people quit. They wake up and get it out of their mind that people like Trump are more than a politician, because that's all they are, lying politicians that say they're going to do something and never do. This has been going on for years. No matter what president is up there, we're gonna help you people. And then they just turn around and give us the right up the ass. They're not helping the veterans. They say they're helping the children. I want to be a spokesman for all these panda-eyed kids out there that the people in government give them the panda eyes, people in Hollywood, these people in religions. Yeah. These people and these religions are so satanic, some of them. They really are. I've shared my stories. Yeah, even at a young age. Yeah, they're the best at what they do, and deception is one of those. Let's blow the lid off their deception. Let's blow the lid. Let's open their closets. And what they got hidden in their closets, for real. Well, thank you, Julie. You can get a t-shirt, and I will say 100% of the proceeds go to me. They do, so we can help share the story even more. Yeah, they love putting it right out there in your face. It goes way beyond. It goes way beyond, the TV, and it's so big. People aren't awake to how big it is. That's why I like sharing my story coming from me, what they have done to me. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., the son of a president that was assassinated. My stories, me being a Hollywood actor as a child. Richard Steele. They covered that all up. They're so powerful in what they do and how they didn't want me here. They try. And I see so much people think that they know what they know, but they don't know. Wow. That could be a song. People think what they know, but they don't know. People think what they know, but they don't know. People think what they know, but they don't know. It's time to wake up. Man, my voice sucks today. People think what they know, what they don't know. People think what they know, what they don't know. Yeah, there you go. That's how they do it. Rich Steele. They steal and they put it right in your face, and they do things like that. I have seen so much what organized crime, the mafia, the satanic cult does, all the way to Walmart. We're exposing all that. We are. My story exposes so much of what our CIA does. It's huge. People say, with a lot of research that's out there, a lot of people willing to dig down these rabbit holes. There's so much out there from John Walton. I share my stories. I share what I remember in my stories as a child. This goes back 50, 60 years because I'm 64 years old. My father was assassinated when I was 3, so I'm just remembering all the bullshit. And sometimes I get the dates a year or two off or whatever. I'm just going back from what I remember, like when I was put in a dog cage, when I was with the Hells Angels, trying to remember the dates and the years. And I never wanted to remember in the first place. I never did. Would you want to remember your mother being murdered, your sister being murdered, you beaten half to death over and over again so you wouldn't talk, being tortured so you wouldn't talk? You don't know who the good guys are, who the bad guys are. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy where I'll lose my voice over it. It's crazy where I'll shout from the mountaintops. It's crazy what I have to do to try to get the truth out. DNA. I get hit up so many times for DNA, like I was saying earlier, and jump to a different subject. I have taken 6 DNA tests. We paid thousands for DNA. We bought my father's DNA. We bought my mother's DNA. It's all bullshit lies, people. The lab we sent them for won't even send me a common courtesy email. Paid them thousands of dollars, and they won't even send me a common courtesy email. The government of the United States of America has my DNA. You know damn well they have my DNA. They have my father's DNA. They have my mother's DNA. They do. I don't think any of you could argue with me that our government does not have my DNA. So why the fuck are people bothering me to prove with your DNA? I'm done with fucking DNA. It's time you send a letter or you email me or you make a video and say, government, Donald fucking Trump, we want you to release David Keith Quigley, the real John F. Kennedy's documents, his DNA, and put it out there all over Fox News, ABC News, NBC with the truth. And let's see if they do it. Let's see it. It ain't gonna fucking happen though. Because with me sharing my story and they admitting my story, they're admitting that they are a fucking crime ring at the highest level, that they rule over us. The United States of America should not have rulers. But that's how it turned out, people. They took out the people in power. Yeah. Strong-armed them. That's what you want to call it. They put a bullet in my father's head. I guess that's called what you call strong-armed, to get rid of the truth. So they could take over the power and put the Donald Trumps and the Bushes and the Obamas and the Clintons on and on and on in power, so they could pull their fucking strings like a puppet, so they can say, we're going to help the veterans. We're going to help the homeless. We're going to get the homeless off the streets and help the veterans. Yeah, we're gonna stop the illegal drugs from coming in. We're gonna do all this bullshit that never fucking happens, ever. But they talk a good talk. They talk a good talk. But why don't they do it? Because they're criminals. They're making money off it. If it takes money out of their pocket, they don't want to do it. It's time we get the fucking truth out there. Thank you, Livy. Thank you, Livy. I appreciate that. I start talking, get on something, then I look over at the comments, I get on something else. It's all real, though. It's all real right here. All real. All real. I got some bumper stickers to mail out today. I got to do that today. If you would like bumper stickers, if you want to help if you want this on your car, if you want to support the truth and help expose the lies, hit me up. Hit me up my P.O. box for some bumper stickers. It's one way we can share and get the truth out there. It is one huge way. Cindy, send me your address. You got my phone number. Just send me your address and I'll send you some bumper stickers. Not a problem. And Brenda, thank you so much for sharing my address on there. I love getting a letter in the mail, whether it's somebody just saying, "Hey, John, I support you. I'd love a bumper sticker." It makes my whole fucking day. It really does. Because they don't want you to know. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's so appreciated. People have sent me 3 or 4 books of stamps. I even spent 70 something dollars on a roll of stamps the other day, and I use them up. I use them up. So that's great. It's so appreciated. Robin's always yelling at me, "You only need 1 stamp, not 2." But then I don't put 2 on there, and it comes back, "You owe 26 cents, you owe 9 cents." And it's like, I just want to get the damn things out. People can put them and make videos. So, yeah, if you can make videos, please, you lions that keep making videos, keep sharing the story, make one about IMDB, the Internet Movie Database. Let's start getting some thumbs up on that, some stars, and let's start making some noise. I asked Mary Maxwell, the beautiful Mary Maxwell, 2 days ago. I said, let's get this on Amazon. Let's get it out wherever we can. So that could be coming. The Historian's Tale, The Amazing Return of President Kennedy's Son. She sent me some books the other day. And guess what? That box of books she sent me got lost in the mail. Well, go figure. They don't want our story out, people, is what it comes down to. There you go, Libby. Wayne used to tell me, and he used to say it for himself, I'm just a spoke in the wheel. I am just a spoke in the wheel, and it's going to take all of us to make the wheel go round, round, and around. Ah, I like that. The quiet journey, too legit to quit. There you go. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. That's cool. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have a government for we the people where there was no government to control over us, to demand money from us, to demand us to do things, where we relied on we the people to settle our arguments for us with sticks and stones or whatever we have to do. But I get tired of being controlled by our government, being suppressed. If you haven't noticed that my story is being suppressed, it's crazy. And I have spent so much time. If I was getting paid to try to get my story out, man, I'd be a zillionaire. I spent so many hours emailing relatives and news agencies and making videos, sending books out to people to try to wake them up. It's freaking crazy. But you guys are crazy too. We're all crazy. Try to get the truth out. Key of David, thank you. Thank you all so very much for joining me this morning. Start of a new week. And it's going to be a good week. Every week we have more huge achievements in getting this truth out. Someday we're just going to bust the bubble. We're just going to bust the bubble. Wayne had told me. Wayne was the most powerful man I've ever met. I've seen him tell Obama what to do. I've seen him tell, I've seen him tell the Clintons what to do. I've seen it personally. And he's one of the most powerful men within our hidden government. And he told me if I wanted your story out, it would be out the next fucking day. He told me that. So Yeah, I don't know what to think about that because this story could be out all over the world. But it's on God's time now because we're pushing, and maybe we're doing it without Wayne's help at all. Maybe Wayne's not even here anymore. I don't know. But we can do it, people. We can do it. As Lions, you're making history. You really are. You Lions that are helping share this. We are the Paul Revere's of the new world. We are the Paul Revere's. We see all the corruption and the stuff that they do. Just because they take us down, they hinder us. They don't want this story out. So we know it's true. We know it's true. Yeah, never give up, never surrender, never give in, never get paid off. Never get paid off to hide the truth. I never will. I never will. It's probably what started this whole thing when I was young. I said I wouldn't do this or I wouldn't do that. But under MK Ultra, the most powerful weapon for mind control and using a human being, it's crazy. Anyway, I want to play a video for you guys because we're finding out so much. So very much. Okay. Yeah, I quit taking medicine. No, I'm going off subject again. Oh, I quit taking medicine. You see them advertise it on TV where they're dancing around, killing people. It was killing me, and the doctors didn't tell me that's why it was killing me. I had to go to the emergency room twice and have it lanced. I had a big boil on my crotch area by my butt. That was because of the medicine I was taking. I literally had to go to the emergency room twice and have them lance it and drain my ass. And the other 3 times that it happened, this was all within a year. You can't sit down. You can't do a video. If you see my videos, I was like this last year. I was spitting up blood. Anyway, I quit taking that medicine. So my diabetes went way up again. So now they're trying to get me approval. They wrote me a prescription the other day, and it was denied. So my diabetes is like way out there. And here I am drinking coffee and tea. Gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, I just got an email off the subject from the doctor's office saying they're doing what they can do to work with my insurance so I can get the medicine 2 weeks later. If you see this picture, if you see that picture right there, Henry sent me that. That man was in the audience when Dolly Parton was singing When Johnny Comes Marching Home. I've shared that story. When Dolly Parton was singing When Johnny Comes Marching Home. Straight up. Henry does a lot of research for me, and he always says, yeah, you just shared that. And it's so fucking true. All the dots are lining up. We just pulled some rabbits out of the hole. I love Henry. I love Henry. I love all you guys that help share the truth and that are awake, and the ones that delete the ones that aren't awake. Anyway, I was a child in Vietnam, and I have got so many fucking hate comments. So many, you were just a kid. They don't do that. They don't do this. They don't do that. You couldn't have been in Vietnam. Well, I was. Kind of crazy why they would bring a fucking 8-year-old kid 7-year-old kid, a 9-year-old kid to Vietnam to do special ops missions. You wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. I'd have to research it. I would. I wouldn't just say, nah, no way in fucking hell. I wouldn't just spout that off because I've learned that's how they work. But I got a lot of that. I got a lot of, you're a fucking liar. You're so full of shit. I was on missions to save prisoners of fucking war in Cambodia, in river cells they made out of bamboo. I was injured. I was fucked up. I was a prisoner of war myself as a little kid. Yeah, why they did that? Maybe they wanted me fucking dead. Maybe they're like, little John, go down there in that river and come back and tell us what you saw. Yeah, and then I went down to that river and I saw a lot that day. I did. And you're not going to hear my side of the story in this video I'm going to play for you. You're not going to hear my side about how I was floating down that river trying not to be seen. And I stopped at a boat dock. I put my hand while I was in the river on that boat dock. And as soon as I did that, there was an AK-47 put to my head. And 2 men grabbed me and pulled me on that boat dock, drug me down this little bamboo freaking walkway and literally threw me in a bamboo cage with prisoners on each side of me. And I was screaming out in pain because I had a bamboo spike stuck in my back. And then they told me to shut the fuck up. But the guy was in so much pain next to me, they blew his brains out. I was sitting there as a kid with bloody water all around me, knowing they just executed somebody next to me, trying to save the man to the right that was drowning. Crazy stories, but it's all true. It's all true. Now, did they get that story, the real story that I knew, that I lived, and put it in a movie? Probably. I loved war movies. I really did. That was one of my favorite because I was a young kid. I was being trained for war at a very young age. There's pictures of me with fake guns and helmets on, and there's pictures of me at 5 years old with a real gun with the president of the Hells Angels. Yeah, but we're exposing all of that. Anyway, this is where I was. This is where I was. When in my book, there's a story of me being put under a bush, explosions going on all around me, me pissing myself, shitting myself. These guys that you're going to see in this video told me if I ever said a word, they would kill me. And then I had the enemy to worry about if I was captured, that they would kill me and torture me. Here's a little video I'm going to play for you guys right now. Please share this stuff. This is important. This is history. This is history in the making. I've shared that I knew Sam Walton, that he was part of the organization, that my family probably lended Sam Walton money for Sam's Club, Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation. Hello. But anyway, it all ties back because this is the son of Sam Walton. Later in life, after this, Sam Walton's son, John Walton, and I get the names all fucked up. I'm good at that. But anyway, John Walton was killed in a plane crash. They love plane crashes. They love to eliminate. Okay, so they killed John Walton. This man I'm going to share in a video. They killed him. Why? Why? Because they love stealing money. They do. They love building things up like Walmart, putting one in your hometown so they can make millions and millions. I forgot what it was. I looked it up one day. But did you know Walmart makes like $1 million a minute? Really? Yeah, they do. That's how they can hire people just to stand around and get paid $15 an hour to say, hello, wait, welcome to Walmart. And then on your way out, they say, can I see that receipt? You could have stole that shit. Yep. Anyway, check this out, people. Please share it.
This is a tale of legendary Green Beret, old John Walton, son of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart.
I don't know why.
John went on to become a member of MACV. This is a tale of a legendary Green Beret called John.
Wonder why that's not coming up.
This is a tale of a legendary Green Beret called John Walton, son of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Becoming a Green Beret, John went on to become a team member of
Well, isn't that just crazy?
Infamous Commando Unit.
Isn't that crazy? Oh, here we go. Now we got it. I think maybe.
This is a tale of a legendary Green Beret called John Walton, son of Sam Walton.
You see that man right there? That is the man that handed me the leather straps to put the enemy ears on.
Commando unit that was secretly going in and out of Laos and Cambodia during the Vietnam conflict. John and his unit one day were out on.
See that guy right there? This guy? You see how he's small? Smaller than John? He was the one teaching me how to be a tunnel rat. That's what they called the guys that went in the tunnels with a sidearm and a flashlight. He was teaching me how to do that because I was so small, I could crawl in those little tunnels. I'm going to play that again, and I'm not going to talk this time.
This is a tale of a legendary Green Beret called John Walton, son of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Becoming a Green Beret, John went on to become a team member of MACV SOG, the infamous commando unit that was secretly going in and out of Laos and Cambodia during the Vietnam conflict. John and his unit one day were out on a special mission and ran into the NVA, a large number of them, in fact. They were overrun. The NVA with one being killed, two others being wounded, one losing his leg. There was a sniper, several team members, who John actually killed himself. No choice was called in an airstrike, which turned the table for the six-man team. His actions, John Walton won Silver Star.
Anyway, how true is that? I don't believe half of what I see, and I don't believe nothing I hear myself. But I do know that day as a child, they told me to get under that bush. Do not come out from under that bush or they would kill me themselves. And I heard a lot of explosions. 2 days later, I was still under that bush with shit and piss in my britches. And nobody ever came to get me out from under that bush. I heard choppers in the distance 2 or 3 days later. I know it had been a long time under that freaking bush. And I was tired of being under that bush. I finally said, I don't give a shit if I die or not. I got to get out of this bush. And I ran towards the sound of those choppers as a little kid. It's crazy. Crazy story. But there you go. And then you have Dolly Parton. I knew Dolly Parton. She was singing When Johnny Comes Marching Home. Is that the same unit? Is that the same unit? That man there in that picture was sitting in the audience. Is that the same unit our CIA has control of? Think about it. That took John Kennedy Jr. to Vietnam, that uses MK Ultra. Hello? One of the most powerful mind control devices in the world. Should I
This is a tale of a legendary Green Beret called John Walton.
Anyway, look at that patch right there. Oh, where the fuck did it go? I guess it don't want me to show you it. See that patch right there, the Green Beret patch? They trained me as a child. Yeah, they did. I know that for a fact. You don't know that for a fact because our government hides things from you. But that exposes all my stories like that expose our government's corruption to the highest levels of corruption on what they do. It does. Like Mary Maxwell said, I am the Rosetta Stone. My story exposes all the criminal activity that goes on in our government because I'm the victim and they're still covering me up to this day. Just like I said earlier, you think Donald Trump is supporting you when Donald Trump comes out and says the real John Kennedy Jr. is alive. Our very own government gave him the name David Keith Quigley. Our government stole all the Kennedy fortunes from him. Yeah. Our government unalived his loved ones to steal those fortunes. When Donald Trump gets enough balls to tell you that, then I'll support him. But until then, fuck Trump, 100%. But not only fuck Trump, fuck the Clintons, fuck the Bidens, fuck them all, because they are all the cabal. Every single one of them. Your vote has never mattered. The brainwashing, the programming, the things they do to make you think your vote matters. Yeah, it's huge. It's time we all woke up that, hey, our vote doesn't matter. Whoever we put in power is being run by our Secret Service. Yeah. Our three-letter agencies like our CIA. Yeah. Anyway, please see The Quiet Journey. Please, let's make it go world. Let's expose all these criminals by a share. That's all I'm asking people is just please share the truth to the world. I mean, even if you didn't believe my story, what's it going to hurt to share it? What would it hurt you to share if you didn't believe? Your pride? Your pride because you're one of the ones that went and voted, thinking that it mattered when it didn't. You're the ones that can't see inside somebody's closet, a politician's closet, on the lies and the deception. Yeah, and with that said, Donald Trump was best friends with Epstein. There's probably pictures of Donald Trump with Diddy. Yeah, I would almost imagine. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much. I'm losing my voice here. I got to go package up some bumper stickers to take to the post office. And yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate everybody with all my heart and soul. I appreciate you all sharing this story. But we got to bust the bubble. We got to go old school. So please hit me up for some bumper stickers. I wish I could put a billboard in every town across America with The Quiet Journey on there to wake people up to my story. That's what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take because all the people in our media they've all been paid off. They've all been bought off. They all don't want my story out because I expose them for being the criminals they are. I love you, Lions, so very much. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Yeah. Love you. Love you. Love you all. Hit that share button, please. I'm stuck. When I do a video on here, it's stuck at 60 viewers. How come I don't have 6 million? Makes me want to cry. But I keep marching on. Never surrender. Never give up. Keep fighting each and every day. Please, for the future of your loved ones, for the future of us all. Let's keep fighting. Let's expose the truth. Peace out, people. All love. All love.